Hello, everyone. I'm joined by Slay from Twisted Minds today, and we're here to talk a little bit about the upcoming main event. But before we get to that, I think there's, kind of like an elephant in the room to discuss first. There's sort of these rumors going around that recently Twisted Minds have had to cancel a lot of their scrims, and that KSA's not even been playing in some of them, and Lubda's been playing on tank instead. So could you maybe sort of tell us how much of that is true, and maybe a bit of like why the situation has occurred?
Well, I don't know how much I can speak about it officially, but I can say he's not gonna play the tournament, nor is he's gonna play the LAN. Uh, there is a lot of stuff happened in our team, and it's been a really big mess. So, but from what I know, KSA is gonna play the first game, so we can qualify. Then after that, KSA is gonna go back to whatever KSA wants to do. That's not playing Overwatch. KSA a good friend of mine, so I hope whatever he does turns out well. But
So then Lubza coming in on tank obviously feels just like an emergency substitution. Have you scrimmed with him much now? How is he adapting to what's like quite a difficult situation to come into?
mm, well, we have had like minimal amount of scrims because we would rather focus on just having a little bit of fun considering the difficult situation we are in. It's quite hard going from having KSA tank caliber to playing with Lepta on tank. There's a big difference. That's the reason why KSA is one of the big dogs on the tank role. So it's we scrimmed like minimal amount. Just try to take it easy so we don't get frustrated. Because this is a really frustrating situation to be in, especially for me. Like it sucks really hard for me, for everyone else on the team. Like KSA doesn't want to play. So, but I think Lepta he has adapted kind of well. I think it's hard for someone just to fill the shoes of someone like KSA. You can't really have the expectations you have for KSA. You have to have level-headed experience, or not experience. Fucking, how do you say that? Expectations for
Expectations. Yeah.
for Lepta. You can't expect him to do as well as KSA, and yeah, he's doing all right, for someone who plays DPS, right? Like you can't expect
Yeah.
any more than that.
Well, he had to come in at the World Cup and fill in on BAP, so now he's really getting the full experience of every role in Overwatch at last minute. So then, what does this do then for your sort of tournament expectations in terms of going into it? I think most people would say in EMEA, and there's a big three: it's SSG, it's ENTS, and it's Twisted Minds. Obviously, with this situation, it probably adds a quite a big question mark to that. So, how does this change your expectations for the tournament now instead?
Well, everyone's expectations have kind of dropped. We just take it as the day comes. Just take it day by day. I've been, yeah, I've been having a bit of a rough time with the whole thing. So my expectations have been really shattered. I think like even if scrims are rough, we're gonna win this tournament. I think we are a team where we always throw a curveball. We'll play some comp only in scrim, play maybe one other variation, and then we end up playing something different official and beating everyone. So, but yeah, I can't even remember your question now. Had to fucking drop the
The
solve.
expectation, yeah. Where do the
Yeah.
expectations sit now for the tournament? Because obviously, does it
Yeah.
mean the idea of winning it is maybe potentially out of a question now? Really, it's just about can you qualify for Dallas still?
Yeah. Well, expectation is play, have fun, qualify, go to Dallas, play with left and tag again, and just try our best. Maybe we can win some games, maybe some Mickey Mouse games. Maybe I don't know. We do a classic Twisted Minds and just quads kills everyone. Who knows? Maybe we are lucky like that.
It's
You
happened
never
before.
know. Yeah, it's happened many times before. Every official is like that. It's a miracle. This guy can pull every official. He pulls miracles. So, but yeah, the expectations have definitely dropped. I don't think we will beat teams like SSG now. I think before, even if we were losing scrims to SSG, for example, it wouldn't even matter. Like, I think if we were to go in an official, we would go from maybe not looking like the stronger team to being the stronger team. I think our team is just so much better in official than it is in scrims. So I think my expectations is maybe like a third place now, whereas maybe before would be like at least second.
Yeah.
Especially like on the Rust style comps, like Quartz is a beast on the head scan in those comps, right? So
you feel still like for teams, because there's still like a lot of like teams like Peps or Super Shy or yeah, who are your first game, you still feel confident you've still got the quality elsewhere in the roster to get past them.
yeah, I think so. I think of course it's really rough for having new player like Admiral. I think we have a really, how can you say that? We have a very different team environment. You kind of have to be in for a while to click. So it's hard for someone like Admiral to play at his full potential. And I think having a new tank player like Lep to come in is definitely gonna hurt our results against teams like this. But I don't think we are gonna lose at the end of the day. I think it's gonna be the same result. We still have me, and Admiral is a good player. Despite not maybe being fully incorporated in the system. He's still a good player. Quartz is still Quartz. Yubi is still good. We're still playing comps we are good at. And left, as much as tank really, really matters, I think tank is really impactful. Overwatch 2 tank is not what Overwatch 1 tank was. You don't need this mechanical powerhouse on Sigma and other characters to do the bare minimum now. So I think we will still beat teams like this, but it wouldn't be as clean as if KSA was here. Or like even versus Ns and SSG, we maybe take a map, but maybe two, maybe it's like maybe we can make a dogfight, but my expectation is not like we're gonna roll everyone. And I think that's completely fair considering the situation.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say now, however Lubta performs, it's really just the best he can do is all that can be expected, really, because it's a very tough situation to come in. I think especially when we look at this sort of like core of the roster has been together so long, and that it feels now recently you've sort of lost Kellex very recently, lost KSA even more recently. How much of, I guess, Twisted Mind's success was it the group kind of being together?
Well, I think that roster, that core roster with me, Kellex and KSA, with Quartz and Yubi, it was like, how do I explain it? It just clicked. Everything clicked in some sense. Everything just felt like a working machine. And when you put in like new pieces, some stuff is not gonna work the same. There's a lot of stuff that is gonna be hard, and I think that's what it kind of feels like right now. Um, uh, as I said, we are very, very strict and very odd and different team environments. Or not team environment, I would say, but team structure. You have to have been in it for a while to really, really click. Like you have to have been in the scrims for so long for everything just to go smoothly. Even if I'm not there for like 2 days or something, it will be different. It changes a little bit every day, but you have to be there every day. So if you haven't been there, it's so hard. So I think that having KSAA and Kellex, it's definitely gonna hurt. I think Kellex was a really good addition to our team. Really good addition. I think it's really strong, and I think KSA is really, really strong as well. So it really hurts not having them for the next tournament, especially, and the LAN as well. Like I think,
Yeah.
I think for the LAN, we just have to take it as it goes. Just try our best. Like no one can expect us to perform like the Twisted Minds with Kellex and KSA when I have DPS player who haven't played tank ever in his life play tank in tier 1 tournaments. You can't expect best result, So it's
Yeah.
definitely going to hurt a lot.
I think you would say the same thing if this situation happened to any other team. You'd be saying the same thing if SSG suddenly didn't have Haddy and Psycho was having to play tank, or any combination, or even like Falcons lost both their tanks and suddenly they're having to put Charong on tank or something. Like you'd say the same thing about all these teams. That it's a really difficult situation to solve. I was originally going to ask you about the meta a little bit as well. Obviously, your team is probably in like a more particular situation now because you're having to adapt to this. But I did want to ask, since you're someone who's played a lot of BAP historically, we're seeing this sort of divide between supports right now where some are leaning towards BAP and some are leaning towards Kiri. Which do you feel is probably in a better place right now or more useful in the current meta?
I think Kiriko is kind of just a broken character. I'm gonna be fully honest. I think Baptiste is really good as well, but there just tends to be this like comp choice always depends a lot on what team you are, right? So like the hero choice for Bap or Kiri depends a lot on that. If you're like SSG, you wanna lean towards Bap more because they wanna play like, now of course I can't say what they're playing, right? But they want to lean more towards the BAP, right? And the other teams who want to play Orisa, they lean towards the Kiri. People who play Dive lean towards Kiri. People who play other comps that also require Kiri, they play Kiri, right? And it's like a very dominant character. You only really play BAP if you can play Kree, So if you're playing like a Sigma comp, Ramatra, something like that, Reinhardt, then you play BAP.
Yeah.
But if you play anything else, it tends to be Kiri, right? The character is just too strong, does too much, cleanses too strong. You just don't die. Like the characters like Orisa are so strong right now, and Lucio and Kiri are too strong, especially with the DPS passive, and everything just dies like a flick of a finger. You snap your finger, the brick insta dead. Or like the Baptiste gets one shot. So. Definitely think Kiri is the strongest. I think Bap can still work, I think Bap is still strong. Also, really depends on the player as well. I think someone like Landon, for example, really, really strong Bap. Why would you not play the guy on Bap, Just play the guy on Bap. You will do well, right? It's nonsensical. Just play the guy on Bap. You put Spark on Kree. You have a match made for heaven right there, right? So it depends on team a little bit, but I still think the Kiri ultimately is like a little bit better. But it really depends on playstyle, I think.
And then the last question I want to ask you, who do you think is the strongest team in the region right now? The most likely to win stage 2?
Well, I would say it's probably SSG. Like everyone else said last time, even though we got 4th last time, but this time will be the time. This time is that time. I believe they will do really well, especially with our team being handicapped. Like I don't think we will be. Like I want to believe that we can win, but it will be like an absolute miracle. Like not because Left is like that bad at tank, It's just everyone have just tanked so much mentally by this whole situation. Like having Lepta come in, like it's really been a roller coaster, right? So yeah, results wise, it's gonna be a mess. I think SSG they're gonna win. I think Ends might get second. Maybe we will beat them. Who knows? I actually don't know. It could be a dogfight, genuinely. even with Lepta tank, maybe he's like Violet, He just pulls out. He can play any role. You never know. The guy, he played BAP in World Cup, like you said. He played Echo. Maybe he's like a wild card.
He's been wasted on DPS this entire time. Should have been on tank years ago.
Yes, he's been wasted as the Echo specialist. He should be playing all the off-tank heroes instead of KSAA for our team, Maybe he was like the hidden gem.
Well, I think to be fair, one thing that has been proven historically is you should never rule out Twisted Mind once the day of the tournament comes round, so you never know, and obviously we wish you the best of luck, especially given everything. Thank you very much for your time, Slay. And I'm sure we look forward to seeing, I guess, what you come out with for the main event.
Yeah, thank you.